Today is fall planting day, and I almost feel like it's a little too early because it's still very warm, but we're just going to go with it because why not? I am going to be doing something that I have not ever done before, and that is soil blocking. I actually had a credit on Temu, and I went and searched to see if they had planting, gardening stuff like soil blocks, because I've always wanted to soil block, but they've been a little pricey. I found a couple of trays. This was like super cheap, I think like $11 or $14, and I didn't read, but it's plastic. So I have no clue how long this is actually going to work, how well it's going to work. Shoot, it could break the first time I go to make a soil block. And then I got these trays. These are cool because they have like, it's raised on the bottom. So I'm going to get to putting together some soil. I bought this, this is Fox Farms, and it is a 50-50 perlite and coconut coir. I don't know if this is going to work, so I bought this compost to blend together because this really has no nutrients or anything in it, so not that it matters, but so I'm gonna probably just do a blend of this and see how it works. Now, from what I understand, when it comes to getting a good blend for soil blocking, when you get it wet, you want it to hold its shape, but not really be dripping water. So I'm just gonna give this a nice mix really quick, and then I will add water. So sort of like that, I guess. This bucket may not even work because it's small, but I'm gonna give it a go and see if I can make a soil block that holds its shape. But first, I just want to go over what I'm going to be planting today. I'm gonna start some celery and some golden boy beets, some red acre cabbage, some Copenhagen market cabbage, some cilantro, and some onions, which I have to get the seeds. So those are the things that I am going to be planting. Let's try and soil block. Okay, from what I understand is you just kind of, oh, I can tell this is gonna break. So I'm gonna do this a little differently than you normally would if you had, say, a metal one. I don't want to push too hard on it. Okay. And that right there are soil blocks that actually worked really well.
Oh, that thing's cool.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's gonna not last very long. They have metal ones, but they're a lot more expensive.
Still cheaper than buying the pre-made stuff.
Well, it's better than using, plastic to sprout stuff.
That's
also
cool. I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably, if I like doing it this way, I'll probably spend the money. It's like 40 or 50 bucks for the metal one.
Yeah, that stainless steel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be worth it. That looks awesome.
And you can tell that they punch out a little hole for you to put your seeds in also, so that's kind of nice, and then you just cover it up. I was gonna buy vermiculite to cover it, but the vermiculite at my nursery was coarse, not fine. Like, it wasn't a powdery, so I'm just gonna cover it up with some more soil. I ended up getting, I think it was 60 something cells or soil blocks. The soil block contraption thing worked just fine, but it does feel very fragile, like it's gonna break. So that is why I was packing it in from the top instead of kind of packing it in from the bottom. I will keep using that until it breaks, and then when it breaks, I will invest in the stainless steel one. That way it will last me a whole lot longer, because that was actually pretty darn simple to do. So some other things that I'm going to be adding to what I already showed you are Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, and I'm going to get started some artichokes just because they take a while. So I'm going to get some of those started as well as onions. So let me take you back down here. Oh, and I've got tape and a Sharpie so that way I can write on the label what plant I planted. And I'll probably put 2 seeds in each one. I got everything labeled, so I'm going to just take my sprayer and give it a top watering, and then I'm going to also just kind of go in and water the trays just a little bit, and then I'll clean up in here. The hardest thing for me is going to be remembering to come in here and water it. Not really, because I have to come in here and turn on the water every day anyways, but I just should be better about keeping this sprayer full. That way I come in here, I turn on the water, I water the rest of the garden, I spray these, we're good to go. Whew, it is hot in here. So I'm gonna clean up, and then just like that, our soil blocks are done, and we will check back in a few weeks and see how they look. All right, here we are, day 5, and I was coming out here to water these little baddies and noticed that I have some things sprouting. So it looks like I have a Brussels sprout, a couple broccoli, and some golden beets. So that's cool. There's another one there. They do need water. Nothing, oh, I do have over here. Oh, it's backwards. Over here I have red cabbage popping up. I got a couple of those. That's really exciting. Okay, day 5. So we are currently waiting for a hurricane. It might be downgraded to a tropical storm, but there hasn't been one in, I think, 80 years or something like that. And it's coming. So I do want to show you today the seeds that I planted to see what's sprouted. So it looks like we have the Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, lots of beets. This one is supposed to be celery and onion, and then on this tray more onions. This one is red cabbage, green cabbage, cilantro, and these are all artichokes over here. And I think it's been 1 week since I did this. So far so good. On a side note, I am going to try and propagate this floss silk tree. From what little research I did, it's pretty hard to do that. So I'm gonna give it a try, and I will keep you guys posted along with this and also those veggies. So I'm gonna get that going. All right, so I am going to start by dipping it in some root hormones, and then I'm gonna put it in a mix of the coco coir and perlite, and I'll probably take off some of these lower leaves just because, so that way it can put more energy into rooting. I think I might even cut off this stem right here and use these little nodes right here and root from here up. So first things first, I'm just going to, I don't know if it matters if it's at an angle or not, but, and then just cut off these lower branches here and there. And I'm just going to stick this in here and cross my fingers. So I'm kind of making two videos at once, and I came into the greenhouse to just kind of show that the greenhouse is still standing. We were supposed to get a crazy hurricane that hit Southern California, and in my area that did not happen. But when I came in here to kind of show that the greenhouse was still standing, I was pleasantly surprised to find a couple new things that had sprouted in my seed starting. So I will show you. So I have some little cilantros, and there's 3 of them actually. I only noticed 2, but there's 3 of them, which is cool. And then I have an artichoke that's growing, that sprouted. So I'm really excited about that. That's really cool. And then everything else is just all the normal stuff. I didn't have to water in here today because it's just been a really wet day. But I'm still really excited about all this. So I think that excites me the most for some reason. I don't know why, but that excites me the most. And then here is my Silk Floss Tree that I am trying to propagate. So we'll do another seed starting update soon. All right, I just want to show really quick the end results here of the soil blocking. You can see the roots here have really grown. So in an upcoming video, I'm going to take these and I'm going to start planting them outside. And then as you can see here, this is the result of my Silk Floss tree. It did not survive the propagation process. That is okay, but I just want to take the time to say thank you so much for watching my videos, my channel. I can't believe I'm at 400 subscribers. That's just mind-blowing to me.